Mm. Mm. All right, ready to rock and roll. Oh wait, one other thing. Hold on. Let's see if this works. You said that's too high. Is that too high? No, it's perfect. Wait, I think that is too high. Fuck it. Hold on. This will be better. It won't be that high. All right, so guys, we're gonna break down this basketball, right? Because the sports books in Vegas, or the sports books like to wait. Is this good? No, fuck that. It's going down lower. Okay. So the sports books like to say, "Oh, we got to take our time putting these games out." But what I thought was really suspicious is that, yeah, no, I haven't shaved, cut my hair, or anything. I have done nothing. But the sports books have taken up to, I mean, like for the basketball games on November 3rd, college basketball, November 3rd, right? They just started. They're putting out like the odds on the college basketball games, maybe like 4 games every 4 hours or something like that. But they're not all up. It's a lot of games that's going to be played on November 3rd. I call it Beatdown Monday. Mm. The reason I call it Beatdown Monday is because a lot of the smaller universities or smaller colleges will take games with the large universities to get money for their athletic department and their shit. A lot of times it helps the whole damn school, not just the athletic department. So just let's say, for an example, you have a college, Belle Isle Tech, right? And Belle Isle Tech is playing the University of Michigan. Well, you know damn well Belle Isle Tech is not financially stable enough to go toe to toe with Michigan in anything. So Michigan will pay them X amount of dollars, or X amount of thousands of dollars to play them, to beat them down for their first game, to make Michigan look good, and then you get the money, right? But in return, Vegas gets their nose in it, and then they put the spread on it, the spin on it. Who's going to do what? So a lot of times you may think, okay, Michigan is going to be favored by, let's say Michigan is favored by 60. Well, you know Michigan is going to beat by Belle Isle Tech no matter what. But what are they going to beat them by? That's the question. You know Michigan is going to at least beat them by 20, right? You do know that. But are they going to beat them by 25? You really don't know, man. Actually, they could try to make a game of it, sports books, and Michigan wins by 12. Now you pissed because you took the 60. That's what I'm here today with. We're gonna try to figure this shit out. You never figure out the sports book and Vegas. To me, they're the same goddamn entity. They're the same thing, right? So let's figure it out. And let's look at some games. I just looked a few minutes ago and they started adding more games to the slate. Let's go in here and look and see. Let's look at oh bitch. No, dudes, I haven't cut my hair, I haven't shaved, I haven't pretty much done anything. I'm just trying to go wild, a wild man. I was gonna go to the barber yesterday, and I forgot. I got busy doing something. I just said forget it. No, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't. There's a lot of you guys out there think you better than me. That's why I come on here and try to bust my ass to show you that you're not better. But now let's get at this shit. Because a lot see Vegas is into these games. Any other game, they got all of the odds posted, right? They got the Monday Night Football games posted, right? This game is on the 11th. I mean on the 3rd, which is a Monday. So why can't you have those odds posted? Why? Why is because they're trying to figure out which games are going to do what. Who's going to what games are we going to give out the sucker bets on? Because some games are going to be even and some games is going to be a beatdown no matter what. That's gonna and you a lot of guys go rushing into the 11th. I'm sorry, November the 3rd, Monday. They're gonna go rushing into that because that's theoretically that's where a lot of smaller universities get beat down by the big universities. Man, look, no, all of those spreads that's out there, those big teams aren't gonna cover. And for one, Oakland at Michigan, and I think the spread is 24.5. Oakland at Michigan. So that for you, if for any of you who don't live in Michigan, Oakland is a college in Michigan. Oakland is a smaller college. It's on the level of the University of Detroit. They're in the University of Detroit League, Green Bay University, those type of schools. Oakland, you'll see in the tournament a lot. And a lot of you guys go, man, I just thought that was Oakland, California. No, that's the University of Oakland in Michigan. And it comes from Oakland County, I think. But Oakland University is that in Rochester? Is it in Oakland County? I don't know. But I think it's in Rochester. I'm not really sure. But nevertheless, who cares? Michigan is not. I don't think Michigan will cover that, right? I just don't think that they'll cover because it's a bigger university. True against Oakland, but Oakland is pretty good. Oakland will hold their own. Here's another one that I think won't cover. Colgate at Michigan State. Michigan State is favored, I think, by 29.5 or something like that. 25 points. It's either 25 to 29, in between there. It doesn't matter. I don't think that Michigan State will cover that. Will they win? Absolutely. Will they cover that spread? Because Colgate, to me, is like Oakland. Now, it's not as old as Oakland isn't old as Colgate. Colgate's been around for like years. Like Colgate was around before our mothers was here. And probably some of y'all grandpappies. But Colgate, you'll see in the tournament, and the only reason I know this is because this is what I do, right? Colgate's going to be around. Colgate's not soft. You're not going to run over Colgate. That's not going to happen. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I got to get my plug. Battery's low, and I'm off today for some odd reason. No, that's not odd. I'm always off. Colgate is a good school when it comes to basketball. So you're not going to run over Colgate. You're just not. So if you guys, any of you guys who are out there, I don't need this light. You don't need it. So any of you guys that's out there, you think Colgate is going to lose, and they're going to lose by 29. Let me pull it up. Hold on. See, when you're rushing and you're not prepared, this is what happens. You start talking fast because you're trying to catch up, but you never really will. So you just need to slow down and chill. Let's do it. All right, men's college basketball. All right, so let's start at the top. Quinnipiac versus St. John's. Uh, do they have the odds on that one? Nope, they don't. You see what I mean? But now they got Florida and Arizona. They've got the spread on that one, right? Um, all right. So ESPN is lacking. Hold on, let me try another tab. So we'll no. We will go with I'm taking the Blue Jays tonight, guys. I don't know. I bet every time I pick, so I had the Dodgers winning. I wasn't surprised. The Blue Jays is beating the shit out of the Tigers all year, so all right, college basketball. All right, so they've got Queens University up against Winthrop. Winthrop is favored by 3.5. Who cares, right? Let me go to some of the blowout games. No, so I went to FanDuel. FanDuel has so you got Northern Arizona at Drake. That's modest. I'll take that one. I'll take Drake minus 9.5, right? That's modest. I don't really know too much about Arizona, but they will put up a fight. So this is FanDuel that I'm looking at. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to go to Fanatics. I think Fanatics had up more. It's a joke, man. This is a freaking joke. I'm not stupid. I don't know, maybe just a little bit. All right. So St. John, they have got St. John's favored by 25.5 over Quinnipiac. I'll take that. I'll take St. John's. St. John's will run a score up on you. St. John's, and it's going to be played in New York. I think it's Brooklyn, I think. St. John's is a New York team. So they're going to run a score up on you. They're going to beat Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac sucks. Will St. John's cover 25? Absolutely. And more. University of Green Bay, Wisconsin at Kansas. 29. The spread is 29.5. I definitely will take Kansas on 29.5. Oakland Grizzlies at Michigan Wolverines. Michigan by 24.5. Michigan is not going to cover that. Michigan will win by 10 at most. And I talked to my buddy Coach T. I was gonna have him on, but he wasn't able to make it. But hopefully we can get him on later, anytime during the year, because the guy is good, Coach T. But shout out, dude. Michigan will win that game maybe by 10, by 9. At most, I say Michigan by 12 or 15. At most, Michigan 15. But Michigan 24.5, not against Oakland. No. Because you watch, when the first game first started off, Oakland's going to go back and forth with them. All right. And then we have, that's football. I don't want that. Pissing me off, man. Am I missing one? Maybe I'm not. All right. Nevertheless, I'm not going to look at the spreads on these. Let's just get right at the games. Because Vegas and the sports books, they're putting out only what they want to put out. and I'm not feeling it. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know what they're doing. And that's why you guys have to be careful when you guys take on these games, these college, because everybody gets excited on Beatdown Monday, right? This is Beatdown Monday. Everybody gets excited because St. Mary's of the Blind, Belle Isle Tech will take on people like Kansas, St. John's, the perennial big time schools who you know this is the week that you're going to see guys losing by 50, 60 points. You goes, holy shit. Who did they play? This is the week. This is it. This is where you see guys getting the crap beat out of them. Upsets, not too much. It's not like the tournament, right? The tournament's got good teams going at each other. Smaller schools, bigger schools, right? Like David versus the Giant or Goliath, right? Well, David was kind of an athletic kind of guy to go up against the Giants, so, right? This week is more or less like Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Bambi, right? He's just gonna fucking step on Bambi and that's it, right? That's what this week is like. Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Bambi. Bambi's gonna get slaughtered. And for all you kids out there, it won't be for the faint of eyes, man. If you like Green Bay or Wisconsin, was that University of Green Bay? They playing Kansas. Green Bay will probably be winning by what, 40 before the half is over with. Hey, I don't make the rules. These guys come out with this to give these smaller schools a chance to build up their universities and athletic departments. So Kansas is going to give them some money and say, hey, come play us. We're going to beat the crap out of you. We're going to run the score up. Are you okay with that? And University of Belle Isle Tech will say, well, maybe you won't, you know. And they say, we'll see, but did you want to come? Yeah, we'll come, and Belle Isle Tech says, we'll come, or Green Bay will say, we'll come to Kansas, but, you know, plane fare, hotel fare for all our kids, and then, you know, the big money for the university. Kansas said, we got you. We're going to roll it out for you. May the best team win. And as they're saying it, they're snickering. Well, really, technically, at the end of the day, both teams win because Green Bay is going to get that money for their university, right, and build up whatever they can with it. The kids are going to get that exposure from Green Bay, flying out to a big-time school, a big-time game. And Kansas is going to get exposure, and they're going to say, oh, these guys is just strong. You know they're going to beat them, but they're going to run the score up on them. So for the next people that's looking at them, they're going to say, okay, this is what we got this year to work with. So Kansas gets to, how do you say it? They get the chance to accentuate their positives, right? And that's what's going to happen. So let's get at this shit. I don't know about Queen's University and Winthrop. I don't really care because I'm not even going to bet on that game. But again, guys, like I said, a lot of you guys are going to get out there. You're going to see those big-time point spreads. You're going to say, oh, this team is favored by so-and-so. This sports book can't. Well, okay, so here's what most people, the average guy who's not a seasoned bettor, he's going to look at the spread. He's going to think that spread came from the heavens. No fuck face. That spread came from the devil. That spread came from Vegas. I didn't mean to say that. That spread came from Vegas. And Vegas puts that spread out there to sucker you guys in or to mess with your head, right? And see what's going to happen. Regardless, you better hope you're thinking on the side of the devil, or Vegas. If you're thinking on their side, you win. But if you get caught up in that number, thinking that the heavens is giving you the true number, and you think that they're going to cover 60, and you put X school to win by 60, that don't usually happen. You could possibly lose your money on that game. because that team that's favored by 60, they may only win by 20. So when you see it and you rush off into it, don't just relax, calm down, and just start looking and reading and just start, just think. What are these schools like, right? Have they played in the past? What type of school is this smaller school, right? If these guys has been around for the last, 10 years, they're going to get the crap kicked out of them. But I don't know, because guys like High Point wasn't around when I was a kid. All right, let's get at it. Florida versus Arizona. What is this? Okay, I'll take that later. So we've got, where are we at? Where are we? Quinnipiac. So Quinnipiac and St. John's. I told you I'll take St. John's in the spread. They don't have it here on ESPN, but I'll take this. I already know what it is. Florida at Arizona. I don't care, right? Florida's ranked 3. They playing at Arizona. That's the Hall of Fame game series in Vegas. Ooh. But whatever. New Haven at UConn. UConn is number 4. Again, these are one of these games that whatever the spread is, we got to look at it because UConn will probably beat that's one of the games where they may cover, but you just got to see what the points are. Because UConn, they rank number 4. UConn is usually a good school. New Haven, never really heard of them, so they're going to get the crap beat out of them. Southern versus Arkansas, that's going to be a blowout, right? Southern is a HBCU school, but they're not on the line of a Howard or Norfolk State. When you see Howard, Norfolk State, those are like the big HBCU black colleges. That's pretty good. Norfolk, and that's that school. Norfolk is like green and gold, right? And everybody knows Howard. Howard's usually pretty good. But Southern and Grambling sometimes in basketball can be okay. Now watch this. When you see Mississippi State Valley, that's a HBCU. Those guys are terrible. Those guys are horrible. The beginning of the week, because they got to take that money. I guess their school is probably not, so they're going to take that money. They usually take the beat down. Mississippi State takes it for everybody. They take it for you, me, your moms, your pops, your dog, your cat. Mississippi Valley State takes it, and they take it on the chin. So I'm like, what y'all doing with this money? Because y'all taking all these games and y'all still blow. But a lot of times you see a bunch of HBCU schools and you automatically think they're going to get blown out. When you see Howard and you see Norfolk State is good. And I think, what is this other one? Is it North Carolina A&T or Central? There's one of those other schools that's HBCU that's pretty good where they can beat you, and they probably will. So you have to be careful of those 3 teams that I just called HBCU. Don't think that they're going to lose because they probably won't. Mercy at Tennessee. Tennessee is going to blow those guys out. Colgate versus Michigan State. That's another one. I think Colgate. I don't think Michigan State will cover the spread because Colgate's a good basketball team. They got that what you call pride. They're not going to just let you do them like that, right? And plus, they make it to the tournament every year. They're not going to let you walk over them like that. Central Arkansas versus North Carolina. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I don't even care what the point spread on this game is. North Carolina is going to beat the crap out of Central Arkansas. So I thought they would have most of the games on here. They've got North. Here's another one. Lehigh is not a new school. They're old. They're like over there in the Ivy League. They're not quite I think they used to be in the Ivy League. I don't. Let me see. Hold on. I don't think they're in the Ivy League though. But yeah, okay. So they over there were Holy Cross, Colgate, those guys, right? Right. I think Lehigh is in Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. Those are that old school. You know, they got money. Um, but I don't really know too much about Lehigh. I do know Lehigh can put up a fight. I don't even know what the spread is, but they play in Houston. Uh, I can pretty much tell you that Lehigh will lose that game, but will Houston cover? I don't know. I can't tell you that because I don't even know what the spread is, and that's something that you're gonna have to look at for yourself. That's not a game you can just run into because the point spread can be 40. Houston is good, but Houston is. I know, like last year, Houston was more of a defensive team, right? They didn't put a lot of points up, so. North Dakota at Alabama. Fairleigh Dickinson at Iowa State. Well, that's even. Bethune-Cookman and Auburn. Bethune-Cookman is going to take one, guys. They're not going to win that one. We do know that. What are they going to? Are they going to? These are one of the teams like Mississippi Valley State or whatever. These are the type of teams that when they say they're going to lose by 60, they probably end up losing by 70. And I'm not shitting you guys, man. Some of these teams is terrible. Michigan versus Oakland. I don't care. Michigan is not going to cover that 24.5 spread. Not going to happen. Maybe. But will I go against it? Nope. Jackson State versus Illinois. Jackson State was okay last year. So I don't know. That's something you just have to look off into. Because I'm telling you guys, some of these HBCU schools, when it comes to basketball, some of these guys got their shit together. So don't be so quick to say the HBCU. And who did I say again? Howard, Norfolk State. And then it's like, I think it's North Carolina A&T or North Carolina Central. One of those guys, HBCUs, is pretty good. Jackson State at Illinois. We have to do some homework. All right. Texas Southern at Gonzaga. You know, Gonzaga's going to beat the crap out of them. That's another HBCU school. I don't know really how good they are, but they probably won't. Gonzaga probably will cover that spread. Villanova at BYU. Even Steven game. That's at a Hall of Fame game in Vegas. That's going to be awesome. I wish I was in Vegas for this. This fucking sucks, man. Hey, why don't y'all send me some money so I can go? And then I turn around and lose it. Then I can call you guys back and bug you for more. I'm going to go next year. You know that? I'm going to go. Maybe some of you guys can join me. How's that sound? Eastern Washington against UCLA. UCLA is probably going to beat the brakes off of Eastern Washington. But Eastern Washington, they will put up a fight. But guys, we're talking about UCLA. So we'll just keep an eye on the so some of these games, guys, some of these games, you know that one of the teams are going to win, but you don't know if it's going to be a blowout. Just because you have big school against small school doesn't automatically mean it's going to be a blowout. Vegas will make you think that. Vegas will have you make you think that, and then you guys will be spending all your money on the game thinking that It's not Vegas. It's coming from the heavens. But it's actually coming from the devil, right? Where's the rest of these games? They don't. That's it. They don't really have all of them, I think. Or maybe this is it, right? I'll move on to Tuesday. This is hot. I'm telling you. Call off sick. I mean, here, okay, for this, you can call off sick for work for this. The tournament and beat down Mondays and Tuesdays. I call it beat down Monday. Beat down Monday just encompasses the whole week, the whole first week. The whole first, it's not going to be just one day. It's going to be like all week. Guys going to be taken out behind the shed. That's why I call it beat down Monday. If you make it, right? If you don't, whatever. There's going to be a lot of guys getting beat down. Evansville at Purdue. Evansville will get popped. No, they can get blew up. This is on a Tuesday. They don't have the spread out for this. And you guys will probably say, man, what's going on? Look, guys, I was on this the beginning of the week. All week, I'm looking to wait to see if the odds will come out. They just yesterday started putting them out. And I'm like, what's taking so long? So what's taking so long, guys? And I said it early on here. They're just trying to figure out what game that they're going to pick the fuck us over on. That's all they're doing. And you'll never find out. If you do, you'll probably never ever come to us and tell us again because you'll come up missing. You'll probably get whacked. So if you find out, right, somebody knocks on your door, you go, who is it? If they say their name is Vito, Frank, any kind of Italian name like that, don't answer your door. Go hide. Because you're getting ready to get whacked. So sometimes you don't need to know. Well, hell, it probably won't even have to be that. It'll be some local guy down the fucking street that they pay off to come whack your ass. You know, back in the day, the mob was, strictly, it was like mostly Italian Americans. But now, man, they don't need to get their hands dirty to do that shit. They get some average Joe. Yeah, a fucking dog, a hungry dog. Dog ain't ate in a week. He'll bite the shit out of you. All right, let's get at Tuesday. Nichols versus Kentucky, right? Linwood versus Texas Tech. Here's a legitimate game. Texas versus Duke. Now, that game I'm gonna bet on. I'll take Duke, right? I'll take Duke on that. Let's move to Wednesday. South Dakota versus Creighton. Creighton's going to win. You just got to look and see what the point spread is going to be. And again, guys, don't just because you see the game and it's like Creighton by 33. Look at the teams. Look at both of the teams. Look at them from last year. Look at how many returning players. Just do your homework. Don't rush out there thinking that just because Vegas put Creighton to win by 35 that they're going to actually do that. It's not going to happen like that all the time, right? So don't think that, right? So we got Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. All right, Thursday's a little better. You've got Grambling State versus Iowa State. Iowa State will win, but Grambling's not a pushover. They're okay, right? Jackson State getting a workout. Jackson State's going to come back and play Louisville. So Jackson State is getting that money that they lost from Deion Sanders leaving. Fucking school, man. Watch this. You're Jackson State. You're hurting for money. You get a primetime coach to come down. Actually, his name, they call him primetime. You get Deion Sanders, Hall of Famer, to come down there and coach. Bring his son and a lot of his proteges there to play. Overnight, he's going to turn your university into a well-known university. So overnight, it's going to change. So mentally, you have to be prepared for that. And I'm sure Dion talked to him and explained that shit to him. And probably talked to him about 80 times. But what happens when he get there? They stealing the guys. They going in his car. They break in his office. Steal his wallet. Deion Sanders is a big time guy. He's used to the best. You're supposed to be able to leave your wallet in your drawer, right? Guess he leaves his wallet in there. Somebody came in there and took it, right? And that's when you know that university isn't ready. One of the best stories I heard, and this is Deion Sanders said it himself, and this I knew he was going to leave because he started talking about it. He started telling everything. 60,000. I can't remember the number. No, I think it was like 6. The seat. They had a sellout. Like they sold that stadium out, right? And let's see, the stadium holds 60,000, but they only came up with 40,000. They could only account for 40,000 seats. They couldn't account for the other 20,000 because the stadium holds 60. The stadium holds 60, so they had a sellout. So if you got a sellout and your stadium holds 60, then you should be able to, say, hey, I can prove that I got all of the money from the 60,000 seats. They weren't able to. They could only show where they got money for 40,000 seats. So what happened to the 20,000, right? Nobody knows, right? And Deion was pissed about that because he says, why? Because that money comes to him. Some of it goes to his football program. But that came up missing. Also, a lot of the black coaches down there weren't receptive. And what I didn't understand is, that money, he's bringing light to you guys. Because we won't even see you. Just because it's Deion, now we're going to see you play. We're going to see you coach. If Deion ain't there, we're not going to see you coach. We'll hear about you, but we won't see you. Deion's there, we're going to see you. So you need to be shaking this guy's hand, and you need to be on good terms. I understand some of them guys probably beefed out. Deion probably took that guy's woman or both of his old ladies. But, man, when that camera come on, that shit is bigger than you and your women. Shake his hand, laugh, and smile when that light's on both of y'all. Fake it, because it's bigger than y'all. It's that university. It's for the kids, man. Future kids, right? It's bigger. It's bigger than one guy, two guys, and some skank. Or two guys and one woman. It's bigger than that, right? So you can't do that. So the coaches weren't receptive. They didn't even make light of it. So whatever. But you just have to make good at what you have. All right. So now let's look at, you got Merrimack versus Auburn. Let's go to Friday and see what's going on Friday. Oakland at Purdue. Now, Oakland's getting that money, guys. Oakland's going to be there. Oakland is getting this money, and I don't blame them. So they go from playing Michigan to playing Purdue. And they will put up a fight in probably both games. They won't win, I don't think, right? But are they capable of winning? Absolutely. Also, two guys, keep in mind, somebody, as it gets off into the week, up into, like in November and December, some of these small schools might pull up an upset. That happens. That does happen. Is it rare? Kind of, but it does happen. I remember one year, let's see, this is when University of Memphis was called Memphis State. Let me pull it up. It's called Memphis State. And they lost, and they was, Memphis is when it comes to basketball, they good, right? They lost to University of Detroit. And University of Detroit kind of like fell off. What year was that? Because I'll call my relatives and laugh at them. Where's this at? The University of Memphis, formerly known as Memphis State, did not play the University of Detroit in recent notable games. The recent results show that in 2025, the Memphis Tigers lost to Colorado State during the tournament. Legal restitution for the NCAA even involved Detroit. Okay, so I don't want that. I'm trying to find a game. This co-pilot thing is pretty good. This new AI thing is usually pretty good. Co-pilot is the best. Where is it? Here we go. 1985. Come on, you piece of crap. And why would the LA Times have this? College basketball, let's say, Detroit upset 4th-ranked Memphis State 71-65. Oh, that wasn't in November. I thought that was in November. That was in March. Okay. Wow. Hey, thanks. Hey, can I get one? Can you hand me one opening for me, please? What are you doing? I'm just sitting up here talking about these games, about the Keith Gray. I remember all those guys. I could have swore it was in November. It was in March, they say. My cat is staring at me. I'm trying to figure out what he's up to. What is he doing? Huh? For him? So why is he looking around? Why is he looking at me? Is he beefed out? All right, guys, let's get back to it. I just got to get meat. All right, let's get to it. Well, that was a while back. They got even Roy Tarpley. This is old shit. LA got some of everything in here. Yeah, man, I'm looking at it. Detroit upsets number 4 Memphis State. And this one says February 1985. Detroit Motors by Tigers. McAdoo. Who was one of the most popular UD Titans? And I forget his name. He was a guard. Dude was the man. But that's it. So anything else that'll start coming up? They got games going on right now. Let's look at it. Let's check it out. The Blue Jays is at it right now, too. All right. Memphis 28, Rice 7. I had a guy email me and told me that I was this big Memphis slappy, and that he promised me. He put it in writing, or he put it in the email. That's in tight with writing. He promised me that Memphis was gonna have a hard time against Rice. All right, fuckface. It's 28-7. I bet you I won't hear from you anymore. Well, maybe you will. Probably to straighten me out and argue with me, but you'll probably beat me in an argument because I'm getting older and a lot of stuff I forget. So you'll probably mop the floor with me if you're younger, mentally, if I don't forget. Take my medicine so I won't forget, or my vitamins. I'll be all over you. Right? But yeah, fuckface. It's Memphis 28 and Rice 7. Look, dude, but don't feel bad because I screwed up yesterday big time. The Tulane game. And you guys all know I love that division because it's one of the most competitive. These guys put Memphis, right, even Rice, they put on a show, man. If you think you're going to run up against Rice, now the old Rice, they used to get smacked down all the time. No. This ain't the old Rice, your daddy. This ain't your daddy's Rice Owls. These guys can play now. And they will put points on the board. And this game is, 28-7. Trust me, Rice going to score about probably 2 more times. And Memphis is going to probably score 4 more times. That's just what it is. Syracuse 7, University of North Carolina 3. Louisiana Tech 7. Sam Houston 0. Sam Houston blows. Because when you start paying these guys, right? When you start playing, and this is what Coach T was explaining it to me in basketball, now I understand that it relates as well in basketball and football. Because I go, hey, Coach, I think so-and-so might, and he straightened me out. He goes, look here. He says, the way this thing is going now, the smaller teams are going to lose all their guys to the big university. And I'm saying, and I go, well, what about that they, what this money? He says, no, it's all starting to level out now. He explained it to me. He says, it's all starting to level out. He said, these smaller schools that was getting over, he says, that's over with. He says, it's going to level out just like it always does. And you're going to go back to the big schools, perennial schools, beating the crap out of these smaller schools. And that's what you have going on. Everything is leveling out. He was right. And I see it in college football as well. Look, guys, I don't make the rules, right? And I'll tell you something else. Be honest with you. I didn't think that the Blue Jays was going to beat the Dodgers. If any of you mother out there, and I know it's going to be a lot of you say, hey, shit, the Blue Jays is going to win. If you're not from Toronto, I don't want to hear it. Because I never saw this coming. I never saw it coming. And neither did you. Only if you're from Toronto. And if one of the guys I work with said something, I said, dude, you lying sack of shit. And I told him right to his face, I said, you lying sack of shit. I said, I never heard that come out of your mouth. See, everybody always wants to say I told you so. But it's only a few that can say that. Hold on. I need some light. And the sun is still out, right? But I got the dark side like OJ. OJ Simpson. It's interesting, OJ Simpson. OJ Simpson passed away, didn't he? I mean, I'm no judge, but I wonder if he has some people waiting over him. yeah, yeah, whatever. I think that's it for me. I don't have anything else to talk about. The guy that emailed me about Memphis, man, keep emailing. I don't care. You guys are awesome. I like to talk to you. Keep it going. I mean, you actually had a point with the Owls. You had me actually scared, maybe like this, because you did make some valid points. But I just feel, well, I hope. Then when I saw the score 28-7, I'm like, man, what kind of Cheerios is this guy eating? But yeah, Louisiana Tech 14, Sam Houston 0, and what? Watch this, guys. You know that's gonna happen because it's a smaller school and everything is starting to level out. Sam Houston, what, 2 and 3 years ago? Man, they was making the news. They was beating people. They was sneaking through. And he was like 5-0 at one point last year or year before last. Now they're right. They're just the opposite. Liberty had, remember Liberty? You notice Liberty ain't kicking ass like they used to? You know that quarterback that they have for Liberty? Liberty. You know where he's at now? He's at Colorado. So Coach T was right. It's all starting to level out. All these big universities is pulling these guys in. What you gonna cook? You gonna do any? What you gonna make to eat? Why is he? My cat won't even talk to me, but he talks to my wife. It's bullshit. I mean, my feeling's not hurt because he's a male cat. And when he was a kitten, he started early. He tried to show who was dominant because he's a cat. He's an animal. They're like lions and tigers. So he tried to show who was dominant in the house. So I had to pop him a couple of times. And he would paw at me. So we had a couple of fights when it first started out. And I had to just show him. Now, if I didn't fight him, if I didn't hit him back and he just kind of just kept knocking it, hitting me and I just let it go, dude would have been running the house by now. And you might say, oh, man, it's a cat. That doesn't happen. Bullshit. That happens. That happens. Cats aren't stupid. Some cats are smarter than us humans. What the hell? It's crazy, but it's true. I'm done, man. I like Toronto to win. I like Memphis. These basketball games, guys, watch them. Watch out. Just watch the games. You can email me. You can ask me questions. You can look it up yourself. But this is a time of the season that it's exciting. And if you're not watching, you're going to miss out. This is the most exciting time of the year. Between here and March or here in April. Very exciting, right? Because when baseball first started off, like in April, right? That's kind of hot. Baseball perpetrates. They got to be hot and everything when everybody else is playing, when the tournament. But then when everything is out and baseball's got the center stage, baseball does us like this. They're not hot anymore. But guess when baseball heats up? October. When is October? Everybody's playing. And one of the best times I remember as a kid, watching the Lions play in October. The Tigers was playing on that. They all play on the same day. It was October. Let's pull that up, man. That's kind of cool. Don't laugh at my typing. Okay, let's find out. Professional sports teams from the four major cities have played on the same day. A phenomenon known as the sports equinox. October 27th, 2025 being the most recent example. The first occurrence was October 17th, 1971, when all four leagues had games scheduled all on the same day. That's fucking awesome. So pretty much, it says professional sports teams from the four major U.S. leagues, NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL, they've all played. It's just not the Tigers. It's always a day where they all play at the same time. The last one was October 25th. I'm gonna put that shit to the test, man. Fuck you, asshole. Let's see. It's called Sports Equinox. Wow. Okay, let's put it to the test. I want to see. I want to see. So it's the 25th. Let's go to Detroit Tigers. What game? What? Hold on, what? Fuck, man, I can't remember shit. Okay. That's not what I want. All right, let's look at the 23rd. So I'm going to do the 23rd. I just want to look. This is kind of exciting. It's kind of, you might think it's boring, but it's kind of cool. What did I say? October 26th? No, October 23rd. Stop fucking around. Where did it go? Yeah, I lost the dates. Who cares? Hey guys, look. That's something awesome to look at. You can put it to the test, but yeah, all teams play. So there's not that many cities that have all four sport franchises. I live here in San Diego, and I was spoiled coming from Detroit. So I get here, and I think I was here for the Chargers. They only played 2 seasons here when I was here. Maybe I don't. I remember them playing the Lions because I went to go see the game, and they beat us. But I don't think the Chargers, they hung around too much longer. They left. They went to LA because you got more money, right? Hey, man, look, I'm tired. I'm out of here. Guys, I'll be back, and I'll start putting up more videos, and we'll start interacting. For my 2 people that were listening that hung in there, oh, my God. I appreciate you because guess what? I suck, and you know I do. And you felt bad for me, and that's what I need. I need people to feel bad and come on in and watch me. Okay, it's terrible, but I get better. All right, you guys are awesome. Love, peace, and fuck it. No hair. Well, yeah, hair grease this time. Peace out, guys. I'm out. Goodbye. Let's see. Wait. Okay, goodbye. See you later. Oh, shit.